And there we are. Welcome everyone then to game number 1 in the series DauT. It's gonna be in the south plane as the Japanese Vinchester, up in the north plane as Malians. This map is cross, of course. And taking a look at the civilizations, as always, starting with Mr. DauT in this case, since he's in the player blue. We're gonna see that with the Japanese, he gets 5, 10, 15, 20% faster working fission ships in the Dark Feudal Castle and Imperial Ages, in addition to having twice the HP and plus 2 pierce armor for those units. He also gets a 50% discount on drop-off buildings. He also gets 33% faster attacking infantry units started in the Feudal Age. He will get also, as a team bonus, 50% extra line of sight on galley line units. And interestingly enough, he went very far forward. I'm not really sure if he's trying to find just his resources or if he was just trying his luck for Vinchester. And Vinchester is coming forward right away. He's got the scout over here. Let's see what he's going to go about. Oh! He's got a dock up in the north. Yes, he's trying to see if DauT's got a dock, and DauT does have a dock in the back. Vinchester Civilization, on the other hand, the Malians will provide them with 15% wood discount on buildings, in addition to 30% faster or longer lasting gold, rather. You will get also 1 extra pierce armor on barracks units per age, starting in the Feudal Age. Well, for the team bonus, we'll see for the Malians, 80% faster working university. So now DauT is aware of Vinchester's dock as well. And he sent a scout over the left-hand side, notice. So he was trying to get some extra scouting information. Meanwhile, Vinchester did not go for that. I'm liking DauT's approach a little bit better, because you never know, right? And by scouting where your opponent's dock is, that's usually going to give you enough information to know where your opponent is in the first place, right? If you have not scouted him yet. As Feudal Age is coming up for both these guys, we'll take a look at the map generation really quickly. And from the get-go, I can tell you... Oh, and we are completely catching up, by the way. Yes. But I can tell you from the get-go that DauT's map generation is going to be a little bit more favorable. Why? Because he is closer to the corner of the map. If we take a look, he's got the main goal forward, yes, but he can easily connect the dots over here and defend himself, right? From here to here, and something like this. This part is going to be a little bit pricier, but he'll be able to secure a wood line. He'll be able to secure another wood line, 3 wood lines, as a matter of fact. 1, 2 stones, this gold. The other golds are going to be on the right hand side, so this one is exposed, but then the other one's going to be on the left hand side, so he's going to secure this one as well. So 2 golds, 2 stones, the 4 berries, the lake, and 3 wood lines. Meanwhile, taking a look at Vinchester's map generation on the other hand, he's closer to the center of the map, so the chance of walling towards the edge of the map is not going to be quite as nice for the red player. And we have the main goal in the back, secondary goals forward for Vinchester, and he's going for some walls over here that seems like he's going to connect to the lake, which will allow him to secure 1 wood line and potentially the stone, depending on how he goes about the walls, but it's not anywhere near as good as DauT's. The blue player is coming over with the militias. He's coming over with a 4 villager. Yes, sir. And check this out. Yeah. We know there is a tower coming out from DauT. And Vinchester does not know about it, so blue player may actually get away with a bunch of damage. He will get a villager down over here. Yes. It's not a matter if, it's a matter of how quickly. And that's gonna be first blood. Next one. Is not going down. He did chunk a bunch of HP off that woman. Now he'll try to break through. You know, that house was actually very low HP. DauT's got the 33% faster attacking infantry unit, so if he could attack from uphill, and he's been doing that, he should be in a position to take the house down, actually. So, is he going to try? Nope, he's just going to bail. He's already getting 1 villager down, and for a standard rush, that would probably suffice. In my opinion, for a Drush plus Manatara's upgrade, they'll probably prefer for him to get 2 villagers, but even 1 is already going to be so good, and the tower's up. And the archers are here. And DauT is putting so much damn pressure. Here we are. Lovely. DauT's men at arms. Yeah, are still alive. He's got the archers and the skirmishers, so everything he needs to take a better engagement over here, right? The skirmishers alone are going to take care of the archers, and then the men at arms will tank any skirmishers coming out. They are going to take the villagers, right, that are left exposed, if there are any, and if the men at arms are left, and good amount of HP, so DauT's gotta be careful about these units. But Vinchester's unit control is very good. He will end up taking one of the men at arms down, or close to it. And then that's going to leave DauT on only 2. Hey, Flower and Dancer. Welcome. The rest of the pawns have already been contested, with DauT now sending a villager up to the north. He's going to try and take this one, or at the very least try and push Vinchester away from it. Meanwhile, on the right hand side, Vinchester has already tried to get a hold of the right hand side pawn. The left hand side, we're going to see DauT try to get a hold of the left hand side pawn. And up in the north, we'll see DauT try to get a hold of Vinchester's base, try to get a hold of Vinchester's resources. Try to, at the very least, deny access to those for the red player. He ends up forcing Vinchester into a tower. Things are looking so good, though, for DauT. He's going after the villagers, and now Vinchester's gotta be careful. Men-at-arms are going down, yes! The skirmishers are left over here, though. And, wow, that almost gets the villager down over there. Did you notice how quickly the men-at-arms took HP down that villager? That was like 2 attacks with a single sword swing. Yeah, now Vinchester scouts will allow him to push DauT away for the most part. He's in an awkward spot. DauT has already gotten one talk up in the north, and Vinchester is aware of this, or at the very least he should be aware of this, but if he was not paying attention to the minimap or to the north, he wouldn't know, yeah, at all, right? And then we have a second duck already out for DauT. Meanwhile, Vinchester is not reacting over here at all. On the left hand side, it's going to be Vinchester, the one to go for a duck, as now DauT is the one who has control of this, and DauT is now really doing a particularly good job of keeping track of the shorelines of this dock, so or this pound. So it seems like just as he'll be able to probably take Vinchester down up in the north, we're probably gonna see DauT getting taken down by Vinchester on the left hand side. Of course, the difference is that DauT has only gotten 3 fishing ships over there. Meanwhile, Vinchester has got 6 fishing ships up in the north, so it's gonna be a much more expensive, a much pricier loss for Vinchester. DauT gets away with it. And now Vinchester's coming over. He's gonna try and take the villager down over there. We have a spearman, and the spearman's going down, but not without taking a scout down before it. Not without DauT reacting and getting the quick walls up just in time to prevent the scouts from just freely reaching those villagers. And boy, that was absolutely fantastic reaction from DauT. He's gonna be on his way to the castle age very soon as well. And the blue player is looking absolutely fantastic. He's taking all the fire galleys. He's taking all the fishing ships. Up in the north, he's going to take the dock down for sure. Vinchester's going to try to go for a second dock. Meanwhile, on the left-hand side, well, DauT's aware of this now, but he is not going for any fire galleys. And it's pretty similar to what we saw up in the north, right? Technically, DauT's got vision of the dock, of the sneaky one from Vinchester, but if he's not actively paying attention to that area, then he's not really going to queue much of anything, the same way that Vinchester kind of only realized about the north aggression after DauT started putting pressure already. And now DauT's going to realize about this after he starts getting targeted by the fire galleys, and that means all the fishing ships are going down. However, once again, these are 4 fishing ships, while Vinchester lost 6 up in the north. DauT has already taken the remaining fish up in the north as well, so it's going to be a much pricier loss for Vinchester overall up until this point. You can take a look at KD and it's going to be 7-4 total after Vinchester takes the remaining fishing ships down over here. However, DauT's not giving up though. He does have 2 docks. And Vinchester sent the scouts, but they are paying attention elsewhere. We have an archer push on the back wood line from Vinchester, so he doesn't realize about this. And DauT doesn't realize about it either. Now they're going to realize. And it's going to be Vinchester the first one to pay attention, so that villager is most likely not going down. Yes, well done. But I do like DauT's pressure though. Recognizing that there was only one safe place for Vinchester to collect wood after he pushed him away with this tower is absolutely fantastic. And now while he gets pushed away with one group of units, he's coming over with a second group of archers, and that's going to result in a few losses, and that's one villager going down. And that is another villager going down, and that's gonna be another villager going down. Yes, sir. And as both players get to the castle edge, Vinchester is under a lot of pressure. Realizes about it now, but might be a little bit too late, right? That's going for Crossman, Balkan Arrow. And very soon, he'll end up pushing all those villagers away from the wood. As simply, Vinchester won't have access to wood anymore. DauT's gonna get a fantastic lead. Down the south, second TC coming up for DauT. In the north, towards the left hand side, or in the west corner, we have the War Galley upgrade coming out for DauT, so he's gonna try and get control of this. I wonder if he actually tried to use the fishing ships to soak damage or not. Second to see on the way for Vinchester right now, but yeah, DauT's looking absolutely fantastic. He's on fire today, indeed. And the crosses get cleaned up by the knights, by the units from Vinchester. But DauT's got still another group, remember, from earlier? This group was getting pushed away. And now he's bringing the units back. And Vinchester knows he's bringing the knights back. He can see these archers over here. But he doesn't really have too many knights, though. So probably still incurring a few losses here. Let's check. Yeah. Vinchester has to pay attention. He's moving the villagers. He has to. There is no other source of wood right now for Vinchester. DauT? Yeah, DauT's not going to let Vinchester collect resources. So Vinch will be pushed away from here. DauT's bringing the fire ships over to protect the crossbows, and Vinchester, with the second TC finally coming up, he will get access to an additional source of wood. And I gotta wonder, DauT does have a villager over here still, right? 2+2. Tower over here. Would completely deny this. Another one over here. Completely deny this. And right now, Vinchester doesn't have a siege workshop, so he wouldn't really be able to take care of that. DauT right now does not have ballistics either. So it doesn't seem like he'll be able to do too much with those crosses anymore. But on the left hand side though, he has gotten the War Galley upgrade. That's good. Yeah, he realizes about this now. He'll try to get full control. He should be able to. Good unit control over there. Right hand side. He's got the fire ships coming out. And then there's a 30C coming out for Vinchester right now. Meanwhile, DauT, he's got still crossbows roaming around. And now he's got it enough to one-shot villagers. So there we are. Oops, that is in the wrong location. But yeah, there you are. The damage coming over from DauT is absolutely fantastic. These knights should be able to take care of the crossbows, we'll see. Fire ships are there. And DauT team control is really good actually, but fire ships are not doing damage fast enough. Yeah, and Vinchester. He's going to end up taking all the crossbowmen down, he does. It seems like it's still nowhere near enough damage from Vinchester though. Defending himself, getting the extra TCs up, doesn't really allow him to catch up against DauT, who has also been going for extra TCs, and he's been just going for crossbowmen, the blue player that is, right? So it makes sense he can go for extra TCs simultaneously. Well, Vinchester on the other hand, it's been a little bit of a rough position for him after all. Collecting crossbows doesn't really do much for him in terms of doing damage to DauT. He needs to go forward and get the raids going. And going for knights over here makes it harder for Vinchester to sustain production of multiple TCs himself as well. So yeah, DauT's pushed Vinchester away from the north pond. He's pushed Vinchester away from the left-hand side pond. He's pushed Vinchester away from the right-hand side pond, even though Vinchester came very close to actually pushing DauT out. And that's going to leave DauT on all 4 pawns. He's got 4 TCs to work with right now. And we have finally a counter raid coming out from Vinchester, yes. Some villagers do go down from DauT, but that is only because he had already sent his next wave of crossbows forward. Once again, it's kind of important for DauT to try and get ballistics, right? Because he's been banking on these crossbows to get the damage done. And without ballistics, he will only ever be able to get as much damage done as he's gonna be allowed by Vinchester not paying attention for the first few volleys. But by the moment Vinchester realizes about it, well, DauT cannot really do much of anything anymore. So we see the conversions coming out. DauT's gonna try and get them, and he's going to get no conversions at all. Loses both monks. And he will end up cleaning up all the crosses over here and potentially take some of the villagers down from DauT as well. This is not a good position for DauT to speak of. Yeah, that was really bad. I'm not really sure why he kept the villagers around. But the conversions didn't connect. The pikemen didn't do much of anything. And now it's gonna be Vinchester! The one to come forward with the forecastle. The one to try and gain momentum, to try and pick up some steam. DauT's got all 4 pawns. He's got 4 TCs, 1 extra compared to Vinchester. He's gonna be forced into a defensive castle, so Vinchester is bringing the knights over, and because DauT's pikemen are completely out of position, the knights over here might be able to get some good damage down. Let's see if he can get the knights to the villagers. He's gonna try to, and here comes Vinchester, and finally the villagers are gonna start crumbling for DauT. So this is going to be a DauT castle in every single meaning of the word. As the castle is coming up, it's coming up at a great amount of losses. Well, some villagers went down. For the most part, it's going to be the castle from Vinchester that's going to get a few extra villagers from DauT, but in the end, the castle does come out, so that's going to be like the OG castle. And Vinchester cannot really do too much over here. Just go for the parts, right? Both players will need to. And Nana! Thank you so much for the Prime sub. For the reset, 12 months already, the Twitchversary. It's very much appreciated. Thank you for the extended support. What a fun year. Yes, and this year is shaping out to be absolutely fantastic as well. So thank you so much for the extended support, and yeah, very much looking forward to the things this year is going to bring. Hopefully, it's going to be the best yet. I know that I'm going to keep on streaming, keep on making content, at the very least for the rest of this year. So we have that. And things are looking promising in any case. Hey Tail! Hello, hello, welcome. Welcome back, how are you doing? Oh boy. That is not good for DauT. Once again, he gets cleaned up. Vinchester manages to scrap enough resources to go out to the Imperial Age earlier. And the players have not been going for the tarts though. Vinchester kind of rushing the Imperial Age. He'll be the first player with access to trebuchets. He's bringing Rams over on the right-hand side, and DauT's going for a Magnail to try and defend himself, but this is coming in way too late. Whatever happened to DauT? He was in a very dominating position, and now he is getting completely clapped. Vinchester's got the better warriors. Imperial Age is on the way for Vinchester, and well, DauT will be able to go up to the Imperial Age himself very soon. It's just going to be so late. Because of the position of Vinchester's castle, DauT cannot actually repair his own. And you know, the Rams are actually taking the castle down too fast for DauT to keep it up with the Magnail, so the castle is scrambling for the GL player, and it's not been a fun couple days for Game and Legion for sure. And Vinchester is just in an incredible position here. After a fantastic combat, after losing all the pawns he ever tried to contest. He's managed to click out to the Imperial Age earlier. He's managed to get much better trades against DauT. And now, once he gets to the Imperial Age, well, what is there for DauT to stop him? Not much. Trebuchet is already on the way for Vinchester, so he'll be able to take this castle down fairly soon. And one thing DauT's gonna have is the hill advantage at the very least, but I don't know if that's going to suffice. Hey, and Vinchester is finally trying to free himself from the tower that started the whole conundrum for the red player. He's not really going to need it though. He's got enough resources to go for extra TCs elsewhere, and he can just collect from other wood lines. Is this live or recorded? This is live. Why is DauT trying to throw him so hard? It's certainly being kind of... I'm not really sure how to describe the feeling. If you're a DauT fan, it's certainly been a little bit of a letdown, right? From such a lead. To let Vinchester come back into this one, but... yeah, as a caster, it's been a wild ride. So today we have two series. Both those series are live, alright? Beautiful. There we are, not only trebuchets now. Bombard cannons coming out for Vinchester. You might ask, how does he get access to bombard cannons so quickly? Well, he gets 80% faster working university, so chemistry did not take too long to research for him compared to other civilizations. It was significantly faster, so now it's 2 bombard cannons, 2 trebuchets. That castle is going down, we know that. The question is, what can DauT do once he gets to the Imperial Age? He takes a bunch of villagers down, though, from Vinchester right now. And once he gets there, he'll get access to Arbalesters, Bracer Chemistry, Halberdier that attack 33% faster as the Japanese. And that might actually be all that he needs. The schedule command is not updated for today. There are only 2 sets. Let me actually include that information. There's a big engagement right now. We'll see a trail of dead Arbalesters or crossbows, not even Arbalesters from DauT, and he gets completely surrounded. Oh, Lord. There you go. This is what the schedule looks like. Yeah, and if DauT was able to keep those units alive, then maybe after getting to the Imperial Age, he would have been able to go for Crossbowmen, for the Arbalester upgrade, sorry, he would have been able to go for Arbalesters Halberdier. And might have been able to hold on over here, but now Vinchester is making it very difficult for DauT to mass the units that he needs. With all the Cavalier raids over here, that's going to result in a lot of losses. How many losses? Well, these Cavalier have taken 15 villagers down! 58 units down so far, and DauT DauT realizes there's no way he'll be able to ever stop this death ball from Vinchester, and it was not just these Cavalier, right? There were more on the way for Vinchester as well. And DauT was struggling to keep up with everything. So game number 1 goes in favor of Vinchester. Now that's a weird thing to say, right? DauT was struggling with everything that was going on because he was the first one to get a hold of all 4 pawns. He was the one to overwhelm Vinchester at the beginning. He was the one to put pressure at the beginning. He was the one to go for a forward tower for Minotaur, skirmishers, archers. But still, DauT struggles to keep up with everything at the end of the game. When things have scaled out of control, out of hand, DauT doesn't find it in himself to hold on any longer for this game, and Vinchester gets the lead in the series. Let's take a look at the achievements then before, hopefully, jumping into game number 2. What do we get? A very close to 5 to 2 gate ratio for Vinchester. For economy, stronger economy for DauT, collecting about 4,500 extra resources. Doesn't seem like it mattered too much though, and for society. Stronger villager max count for Vinchester. He was the one to lose the most fishing ships. He had been the one to lose the most villagers until DauT tried to go for the forward castle, and from that point onwards it was a landslide favoring Vinchester. You can take a look at the worker count over here, right? So much higher for DauT for a much longer portion of the game. Until it wasn't. Until it was Vinchester the one to come on top. Well done. So, game number 2, definitely for the first time. We're gonna have DauT on the left-hand side playing with the Galleys, Vinchester on the right-hand side playing with the Bohemians. The restart from before, I'm just going to remove it from the bot for YouTube. So I'm just going to introduce the civilizations again. DauT with the Bengalis will get elephants to take 25% less bonus damage. He's gonna have also 2 villagers spawning underneath the TC for every time the T goes up to the next stage for each TC. And then on top of that, we also have +3/+3 armor for monk units for the Bengalis. The rest of the bonuses, the team bonus, is going to be specifically for team games for the civilization. So we were talking about this before, about the civilization before. There is one player that, if you've been following the tournament, you are probably aware who I'm talking about. There's one player who has been going absolutely ham at the Bengalis, and for a very, very specific unit that you wouldn't really see, you know, being made use of with any other civilization, and that is the elephant archer unit. So my guess is that DauT's going to borrow a page from Running's book, and he's going to try and make a play for Bengalis elephant archers over here. Why? Because the option was Turks. He also had Turks available. But if he were to play Turks against Vinchester, he will need absolute insane unit control to offset for the Humnitsa being so strong. And we saw that. Only certain players will be able to take advantage of the extra range of the Turks in such a way that will allow them to suppress the Bohemians. Otherwise, it's extremely difficult. So, yeah, that's going to be it for DauT civilization. Now, Vinchester civilization, the Bohemians, on the other hand, they get free gold mining upgrades, 25% higher bonus damage from spear linears, which means the halberdier will deal 25% higher bonus damage, and of course that's going to kind of offset for the Bengalis 25% less bonus damage that the elephant units take, but elephant archers and a good amount of units should prevent halberdier from getting to them, and it's just going to be skirmishers they're going to have to worry about, but because they take less bonus damage from those as well, it's not going to be quite as bad. Besides that, Bohemians get access to chemistry and hand cannoneer in the Castle Age, as well as a 100 wood discount on blacksmiths in universities, but it's not all. Bohemians also have sanctity and fervor affecting villages, and fervor specifically is going to be very good for their economy, right? The team bonus, we'll see the Bohemians have 80% faster working markets, and that'll be about it. So let's take a look at the map generation. So last time around, the maps seem to be better for DauT, yes, than it is for him now, because if we take a look, he's got the main gold and the secondary golds inside the walls exposed. And he's got the main stone exposed as well. My lord, this is an atrocious map generation. The secondary stone and the other secondary gold, those are going to be outside as well. And the thing about this though is these resources are exposed in such a way that if the red player is to scout from here to here, here to here, right, he will get vision of this. In the FLH already, he's going to get vision of this. In the FLH already, I think even in the VLH he would get vision of this as well. So all these resources are exposed, which means if we were to see the red player ever go for a 4 castle, he could locate one over here and deny 3 these resources. He could go for a single castle over here and actually end up denying all 3 golds, right? And then just with 2 castles, he will be able to basically deny the entire economy for DauT. Once again, I don't think this is what Vinchester is going to go for. Bohemians are not the civilization to go for castle drops with. Usually they're just going to play for economy and for monks. So this is something that we could see potentially in later stages of the game, right? Not right off the bat. So that's going to make it very important for DauT to try and be the one to go out into the open and try to get map control. Taking a look at the map generation for Vinchester, it's so much better. He's got both the golds on the back. And just the stone is going to be somewhat exposed, right? Yeah, the main and secondary stones are going to be close together, so that means same case as before. If DauT were to scout around this area, he'll be able to spot these resources and he'll be able to go for a castle himself. I'm just going for the castle over here, not to have the snapping option. Make it very difficult for me to size this the correct size, right? But with one castle, he'll be able to deny the stone. Maybe if he goes for the castle closer to the stone over here, he will be able to also deny the skull, right? But it's not going to be anywhere near as bad for Vinchester if DauT were to go for something like this. Although I don't think DauT's going to go for something like this either. I think the Bengalis will go for the elephants instead, right? But yeah, even if DauT were to go for a 4 castle at some point in the game, not right away, he wouldn't be able to deny anywhere near as many resources from Vinchester as it would be possible for Vinchester to deny from DauT if he were the one to go forward. So DauT will need to go for a castle eventually, and it's going to be better for him to go for a defensive one over here that will make it impossible for Vinchester to go for one that's going to deny all the resources at once. Anyway, I think you're running to conclusions. Get out of here, Bacanaro. Did DauT sell stone? Yes, he sold 100 stone. There we go, and some wood. 500 yen, sorry. Oh no, not at all. I wasn't really sure because sometimes the chat will try to troll me, and we have been seeing actually like a lot of elephant archers in the past few days. But no, it's fine. You might have just missed the games, and we are expecting that. DauT is going for triple monastery right now. Wow. Vinchester's been going for scouts himself. He's not playing Turks over here, Bohemians instead, but he's going for the scouts anyway. He'll try to get map control. And DauT is not apparently going to take that page of Running's book. I'm sleepy and hungry. That's the worst. If you don't have any food, it's awful. You don't feel like cooking. And if you do have food, you cannot go to sleep right away, right? Well, there really some people can't because of reflux or whatever. Sleep or eat? I would say sleep, personally. At the very least, that works for me much better. It kind of sucks going to bed. For me, it sucks going to bed hungry. But I do find that when you wake up, you're feeling much better and you're not hungry anymore. While if you eat, you're still going to be sleepy. You're actually going to be more sleepy, but you're probably not going to have a good night's sleep. Well, it depends on you, actually, if you're affected by that or not. I am fortunate enough that so will eat. Because you need to take your medicines, right? Well, I'm fortunate enough that I can eat and then go to bed right away, and I don't have any issues having a good night's sleep, but I know that it can be a problem for some people. So let's take a look. DauT's going for fervor. He's got it right now. He's gonna try and take the road. He's going to get away with it. Yes, sir. There we are. He's taking 1 relic already. We have 4 left for grabs. Make that 3 now as Vinchester is collecting 1 himself. DauT's going for the second TC. Vinchester's going for the second TC. DauT's play over here just seems so weird. Just going for full monks and he's getting completely clapped. Oh lord. You know, we were talking about the dangers of going for Turks against Bohemians over here if you are not gonna be able to properly micro your units, but then DauT decides to go for full monk, which is going to require just as much, if not more micro, and it's just not worked out for him so far. Like, he's gotten 1 conversion and he's lost 5 monks, I think. Well, we can see 1, 2, 3, 4 remnants actually. Just going for conversion now. It's got pikemen coming out. And I did say that there were 4 relics up for grabs. Vinchester was collecting 1. Vinchester ended up collecting another one, the one at the center over here. So that's going to collect this one towards the southwest. And there is this one left, right, in between both these players. But it seems like that's going to try to collect it. And if he gets away with this, that's going to be... Yeah, he needs to bring the monk up the north. Oh, he's bringing the monk towards the south. I don't know about that. But yeah, that should lead DauT on a 3-2 relic distribution. He's going to end up losing the monk over here, but he does have 3, so it's fine. Probably would have been better for DauT to just drop the relic over here instead of carrying it back and just send the monk back in any case and then go back for the relic. But he does have another one over here, so it's going to go and collect it. Alright, yeah, it's going to be 3-2 relic distribution favoring DauT. Well, war's over. Vinchester should call GG already. Alright. Or the Workshop coming in for DauT. So he did go for the 30C and so did Vinchester, and that seems like he was able to keep up with villager production. I was kind of worried he was going to struggle. Yeah, but Vinchester also took a little bit of time to get the extra TCs up himself, so in the end DauT's actually looking stronger. Redemption's coming in for DauT. These monks, as strong as they have been so far, have not really gotten too much done for DauT. Managed to get 1 light cavalry converted, I think. Yeah, Redemption's here ready for DauT. Alright. TC even on the way for DauT. Or Scholar. Here comes the bull player. So Vinchester. Vinchester's got the light cavalry. How many pikemen do we have for DauT? He's got 4 pikemen. Alright. Well, Vinch's got double stables. If he plays his cards right, should be able to take care of the monks over here without too many issues, but of course it's going to be largely dependent on the unit control from both these players. Defensive castle coming up for Vinchester, beautiful. He's going for a castle in a location that will make it pretty difficult for DauT to deny these resources with a castle of his own, as we were talking about earlier. Actually, I don't think that's going to be the case, right? DauT could potentially still not denying these, so never mind. But yeah, the castle's coming up, and Vinchester's going up to the Imperial Age as well. And that's not even close. DauT's trying to find a different angle to push from, and Vinchester. Yeah, Vinchester won't really have the resource to go for yet another defensive castle, but he does have kind of like a second layer of walls. With the stables, the houses, barracks, the blacksmith over here, the monastery. And DauT's gonna keep on upgrading his monks. He's getting atonement right now. Which is good. He doesn't really know what it is that Vinchester's going for, right? I mean, he can see the stables. Yeah, and he's gonna add a few extra pikemen because of it. So, if he is expecting the scouts, pikemen are definitely a necessity for DauT right now. He's going to add some more. I'm not really sure where the barracks is. It's over here, alright. Just gonna take some time for the pikemen to get forward. Vinchester's waiting until he gets to the Imperial Age. Just want to see regular Elephantos. Bengalis have good battle Elephantos. We'll see. There we go. The like already tried to approach, tried to flank the monks, and DauT was paying attention. This is the only push that DauT's got going, of course, so it makes sense. Meanwhile, Vinchester brings the scouts over to the left-hand side. The castle's on the way. He realized about it. He could probably have taken a few villages down over there, but he wouldn't have been able to deny the castle in any case. However, Vinchester has gotten to the Imperial Age. He's got bombard cannons on the way already. He had gotten chemistry, and DauT's only now gonna start going up to the Imperial Age, so it's gonna take a while. And the conversions are coming over, guys. He's gotten the blacksmith already. He's gotten the barracks. He's gotten the stable. And DauT's going to keep the barracks up so that he can reinforce his pikeman army. He's going forward trying to get some more damage done. You know, there are not enough villagers over here for him to prevent the monks from getting the conversions and denying the castle, in the sense that DauT probably could have converted all the villagers that were trying to get the castle up over there, but he needed to be careful about the bombard cannon, of course. We are waiting for Vinchester to go for Humnica. He's saving the resources for that specifically. DauT got the barracks before the pikeman got in, so Vinchester never got the upgrade. Alright, well, for him it's probably not going to make too much of a difference. We see Humnica coming out for Vinchester and DauT. DauT is going for pikes. Yes, sir! You are expecting to see elephant archers if you see Bengalis over here, and we will see the chunkers! The rain chunkers. Pikes. He's got a lead skirmisher upgrade. Pikes got to be for battle elephants, right? Unless he's thinking of going for Rathas and skirmishers. That'd be awkward. I don't think that'll make sense. He needs to go for the elephant archer. For anybody who might not be familiar, Pikes is going to have Rathas and elephants attack 20% faster, I believe. Or is it 20% more damage? I actually forgot which one it is. Let me take a look. Yeah, Pikes is going to have them attack faster, yes. So, any elephant type units in Rathas will attack faster. DauT's gone for the upgrade, so we know he is planning to go for either of those things. He's just not really kind of revealed what exactly he will go for. He's got 2 castles, so going for Rathas would be a lot more viable right now compared to when he had just the 1, of course. But then he's got 5 archer ranges, right? So going for elephant archers would be also viable. One can never predict what DauT plans. Works in mysterious ways. Yeah, and I'm really puzzled as to why he went for the upgrade and he's not going for any units that's going to benefit from it. He does have a 3rd castle, so it seems like he will consider playing for Rathas. That is not the best play in my opinion. Rathas proven to be kind of lackluster in the numbers that players have usually played them. Oh, the shot though from Vinchester! Getting a bunch of monks and skirmishers down. Take a look at that. Damn. And another big shot. Takes one extra monk down. But yeah, I still firmly believe that Rathas are a very strong unit. You just need a crap ton of them. Similar to the Mangode, you don't want to use smaller numbers. The Mangode will be good for raiding. The Rathas, maybe not so much. But once you get past a critical number, like 30 or so, then they become a lot stronger. But they also require a ton of upgrades. So DauT seems to be going for that. I mean, he's going for elite skirmishers, right? So leather arch armor is good. Ring arch armor is going to benefit the skirmishers too, but he could potentially make a play for Rathas. He would only need to go for bloodlines and all the cavalry archer specific upgrades too. 3 cherishes for DauT. He seems so undecided though. DauT, that is. He's trying to get the Hunita. He gets one. Goes down instantly. Takes one monk down in the process. He's lost his own trebuchet, so not ideal. Yeah, and DauT's unit control has not been the best. He does end up taking the castle down, mind you. Dropping Vinchester's castle count down to 2. But yeah, DauT seems to be very undecided as to what to go for. He's going for light cavalry right now. So light cavalry skirmishers. He's going for full trash right away. Bloodlines. Chain barred armor. Here we go. Beautiful. That's another castle that could potentially go down. It all depends on the defenses from Vinchester. Conversion's coming up. The conversion's going to connect, but 2 out of 3 cherishes have gone down. Vinch should be able to hold on to this castle. At the very least, it's got 6 villages to repair this with. There's a second cherishe and a bombard cannon from DauT. Oh, Humnitsa actually, one of the converted ones. Yeah, and this castle's going down once again. So DauT's push is kind of working, but he's not gone for anything that I would have expected to see him go for. Over here, I mean, the monk play has allowed him to get some Humnitsa over here, but I wouldn't say that he's winning because of the monks alone. But it's kind of hard to put my finger on exactly what it is that Vinchester is struggling with so much over here. He is missing some upgrades. For instance, he does not have Halberdier. The pikemen are going to be a little bit easier to pick up from the elite skirmishers, so there's got to be that, right? And yeah, the conversions are coming over still from DauT, even though he's probably lost more monks than he's kind of value for with all the conversions. I guess another conversion over there, but now Vinchester's got an heresy, if I'm not mistaken, so every conversion is going to result in a loss for him as opposed to an actual conversion. Got Vinchester to delete the Unita. I thought he had gone for heresy. I might be off over here though. But yeah, well, that's better, right? For him than having the... Wow! The Unita converted to the other side. DauT ends up taking this one. He did not go for Phantos. He did not go for Rathas. He did not go for, you know, either Elephant Archers or Battle Elephants. And I was not expecting to see this from DauT. He was able to make it work. And Vinchester is going to crumble in game number 2 as DauT gets the game over here and equalizes the series. That was a really interesting game. Certainly not something that I was expecting to see necessarily over here. DauT didn't seem to exploit the Bengalis' strengths too much, right? The monks with the extra armor, he still ended up losing copious amounts of monks. He ended up losing so many monks. Let's see, actually, what is the unit he went the most for? Skirmishes over here. I'm not really sure how many monks he trained total, but I am convinced that he actually lost more monks than the amount of units he was actually able to convert. But he was still able to make it work in Vinchester. Well, Vinchester was probably in a situation where he was always guessing as well, perhaps. Okay, this is better for the red player. We take a look at the conversions. We see 13 conversions for DauT. I'm absolutely positive he ended up losing more than 13 monks himself. So depending on which units he converted, it might have been cost effective, but like it was not free. And yeah, for society, Vinchester had a stronger villager max count over here, ended up losing the fewest villagers. Well, that is not true actually. DauT did not lose a single villager, so Vinchester, even if he lost only 6, he actually ended up losing the most villagers this game. Well, he could have gone for Burmese and won this. Right, it was a classic DauT skirmisher play, right? Skirmisher and monk play this time around. And it just worked. And then Vinchester kind of found himself hopeless against this. Wow. Alright. And let's fix the colors, and there we go. Game number 3 is here. DauT playing with the Byzantines up in the north. Vinchester playing with the Lithuanians towards the southeast. We're gonna see for DauT civilization with the Byzantines. 25% cheaper skirm, spear, camel rider units, in addition to 5, actually 10, 20, 30, and 40% extra HP on buildings. We'll also have for the Byzantines free town watch, free town patrol. They will get 33% discount to go out to the Imperial Age and 25% faster attack and fire line units, fire line ships. Taking a look at Vinchester civilization. Oh, before I forget it, team bonus for DauT, monks heal units 100% faster. Vinchester playing with the Lithuanians instead will begin the game with 150 extra food. Besides that, we also have 10% faster movement skirmishers, 10% faster movement spearline units, and 1 extra attack on knights and light per each relic garrison. Up to 4 relics, so up to +4 attack, and for the team bonus, 20% faster work in monasteries will make it a little bit smoother for Vinchester to potentially go and collect those relics. Now, take a look at this though. We are talking about the Lithuanian bonus over here for the relics, and Vinchester actually has 3 relics close to his base. 1, 2, and 3 over here. I guess technically this is more like the one on the left hand side is going to be more like contested, I guess, kind of a neutral one, but it's still on his half of the map, right? If you are to draw a line like so, yeah, there are 3 relics over here. 1, 2, the other one, 3, 4. Actually, right? Although that one is technically closer to DauT. I guess that is not the line that you should cross over here. That probably should be something like this. But even still, there's still going to be 1, 2, 3. And then we are going to have 4 actually for DauT. Check this out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Makes sense. On a map with such a large amount of relics to have the Lithuanians, right? I prefer Vinchester civilization. The map in general feels better for him. Yeah, and it's going to be a matter of timing. The way that I see it, Vinchester civilization is going to have a much stronger trash, even if he has to pay full price in a game where skirmishers and halberdier come into play. Vinchester's going to have the better units. However, of course, we do have plenty of gold over here, so long as both players get access to gold. That's probably not going to be the case, and if we are talking about gold units, yes, light chair are going to be fantastic. Cavalier Paladin are going to be fantastic as well. With the extra attack from the relics, it's going to make it very difficult for DauT to counter that, even with camels, even with cheaper camels. Simply put, the counter units from DauT are not going to be the strongest variants. I want to see warrior monks with +2 attack. Warrior monks. That reminds me of the Rus in Age of Empires 4. Those Chinese had warrior monks. Ah, that'd be nice. Let's take a look at the map generation. Starting on the left-hand side for DauT. We'll see that he's got the gold on the back. The other gold is going to be on the right-hand side. And it's going to be pretty easy for him to wall off, right? Just connect the dots here, from here to here, probably towards the TC, and then he'll be able to secure the wall line. He'll be able to secure the gold. Not so much the stones, not so much the berries, so not ideal. While taking a look at Vinchester's map generation, he's got one gold on the right-hand side. Very easily also secure just by going for something like this, right? And by going for these walls, actually, he will be able to secure also the berries and the stone, in addition to the wood line, in addition to the gold. Yeah, I think I'm liking Vinchester's map generation over here a little bit better. And he's going for it. Yes, sir. He's gonna go for it. So, fuel leech is on the way already. What to expect? DauT gets 25% faster attack in fire galleys, fire ships, and fast fire ships. So we know what he'll go for, Vinchester. On the other hand, if he were to go for fire galleys himself, he's just going to get out traded. So he needs to go for standard galleys. And for that, ideally, he would want to go for a second dock, and he does have the second dock coming up. We have the second dock coming up for DauT as well. And it's just very standard for both these guys. Hey Blanky Babu and Samani, by the way, welcome. Tilted Skirm also. Welcome back to the channel, guys. I think I might not have said hello to you specifically before. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody else. The all bit access here for Vinchester. For both these guys, actually. The first fire galleys come out. Yes! And Vinchester has to go for galleys. The tricky thing about this unit is that you need a good amount before you're able to counter fire galleys in low numbers. Actually, it's going to be the fire galleys to come out on top, so you want to get ideally 5 at the very least, I would say. If you're playing with the Saracens, you can probably get away with a little bit less than that, but 5 is going to be, in my opinion, the minimum if you want to fight the fire galleys off, especially against the Byzantines. Ideally 6 or more will be what Vinchester is aiming for, and he's got the 3rd and 4th galleys coming out soon. Well, DauT, yeah, DauT's got 4 fire galleys. He's gonna try and take an engagement. He's gotta be careful. Remember, the sea tower is like actually useful. It's not like a standard tower with only 1 projectile. This is going to shoot multiple arrows, and it's going to have a good chunk of bonus damage against ships. 9 bonus damage, so you cannot really take an engagement underneath it. And Vinchester, he's getting to 4 already. DauT's gonna get pushed away from here. One of his fire galleys is very low HP, and it's now going down. That was trying to flank these units, so he's coming over right now. It's gonna be 4 versus 3. Yeah, and the galleys are getting pushed away, but the unit control from Vinchester is very good in DauT. Brings a few extra fire galleys over here. It seems to me like DauT would benefit from going for standard galleys himself as well. But that's probably something that he would have wanted to do after going for the first 2 fire galleys or so. So that he would have a meat shield, and then he would have the standard galleys to fight from behind the meat shield, right? Right now, he's gone for the most part for fire galleys, so it seems like he's kind of all in into the unit already. And if this does not play, and it seems like given the amount of galleys that Vinchester has been able to get already, should not work for DauT. Vinchester is probably going to be the one to end up getting full water control, right? Vinchester's got to stay away from the sea tower. Yeah, and he will. Notice the range. Vinchester is just trying to attack from outside the range of the tower and still do a good amount of damage, and he's gonna be able to. The galleys he's got right now should be enough for him to easily one-shot all the fishing ships, and at this point, I'm actually not really sure this is going to be enough to... Oh, there we go. It's not going to be enough to one-shot the fire galleys, but it's going to be enough to two-shot them. How many standard galleys do you need to one-shot a fire galley? Does anybody know? That went for the market, of course. Yes, it's on its way to the castle age a little bit earlier compared to Vinchester. Vinchester will end up getting full water control though, so this will give him a nice eco boost. And once again, here comes Vinchester. Just trying to steer clear of the tower. Yeah, and the fish and chips go down. If DauT plays his cards right, he would want to target the weak ones so that he would be able to reduce the number of galleys with the tower alone, but he doesn't lose all the fish and chips. He's 45 seconds away from the castle age, but he's not gone for standard galleys. He's got just the fire galleys once again. I don't think even going for the war galley upgrade and upgrading these to fire ships will be enough to allow him to get water back at all. Like, he's got 6 fire galleys, right? Let's say he gets the war galley upgrade, those turn into fire ships. I still don't think it's going to be enough given Vinchester's sheer amount of galleys over here to take a better engagement. So Vinchester's going for his own fire galleys to have a meat shield, and DauT's coming forward right now. He's got the war galley upgrade on the way, 30 seconds away from it. Just getting some scouting information around DauT space. And here comes the bull player. Vinchester's trying to go back towards the tower. And this is how he wants to play this one. He wants to dance around the tower. And we have the war galley upgrade already for DauT. And Vinchester needs to kite over here. Needs to be very, very careful not to get surrounded, of course. And this was not the best unit control for Vinchester. Even if he's got the sea tower over here to provide additional damage, he needed to kite. He needed to hit and run. He ended up taking way too much damage over there, and in the end, it seems like he will end up getting cleaned up over here. That's not, in my opinion, what needed to happen, but DauT's going to take this, of course. He's got still 3 fire ships, so he's going to end up taking these down, but we see the demolition rounds coming out. That is a good shot, and that is another good shot. Not quite. Oh, that was a nice one from Vinchester, and he survives. He's got only 2 galleys left, and DauT kept on going for more fire ships. So he'll be the one getting full water control in the end. Vinchester instead is trying to focus on going for the neutral goal on the right-hand side. DauT is going to be no stranger to going for the extra goals himself, as he's got a second TC on the way on the left-hand side. There we are. Yeah, and Vinchester is seemingly uninterested in going for water anymore, so DauT could take advantage of this. He could go for the fish and chips. He could try and start pulling ahead in economy now. There's the sea on the way now for Vinchester, though. If DauT doesn't take advantage of the water control, and if he does not take advantage of... Yeah, notice DauT is trying to fit the galleys over here in a way that will allow him to dodge the damage, but it's not possible. The sea tower actually does have already murder holes included. But yeah, unless DauT starts going for fish and chips, then he's going to start falling behind the working count very soon once Vinchester is able to keep production going from all 3 TCs. Alternatively, DauT could go for a 3rd TC himself as well. Right now, he's got the resources, he's just not gone for it. Okay, there we go. He's got 30C up in the north. The game has stabilized right now, and we are unlikely to get any more action for the next few minutes as the players try to play for economy and just try to put themselves in a good position to make the transition to the Imperial Age as well. But for the time being, it's going to be fairly uneventful now. Vinchester's going for a monastery. Remember, he's playing Lithuanians. He wants to go for the relics. He's got already a monk coming out from the relic from back home. And if we take a look at the scout information, remember that he had 3 relics available, right? 3 relics very close to his side of the map. Well, he is collecting the first one. The second one on the left-hand side, he cannot see. He did not scout, but he can see this one. And he can see this one. And because he's gone for a monastery over here, we are expecting him to collect 3. If he ever scouted this area, he will be able to collect 4, but for the time being, it's going to be just 3 for him. And it could be 4, so long as DauT does not try to go and collect this one himself. Conversion's coming out for DauT. Oh! Yeah. That's good. Right, the 4 TC is actually coming out for Vinchester and for DauT. That actually managed to get the 4 TC apple a little bit earlier. Sending a bunch of villagers though. He's got almost enough stone for a castle. You know what to expect. We take a look at the scouting information. He knows the Vinchester's here. He's going to realize about the defensive castle from Vinchester very soon. Oh! 1 tile too soon! He turned around. He cannot see the castle from Vinchester. This could... Okay. He's going for the castle back home. That could have been catastrophic for DauT. We saw already in game number 1, trying to go for the 4 castles versus Vinchester has been a little bit of a sore point for DauT, but he does go for a more conservative castle position, right? If he uses the market as well, he should be on his way to the Imperial Age after the castle comes up. After all, he gets a 33% discount to go up, so he can buy the food that he's missing, and he'll still have enough gold. But it seems like he's just waiting to go up organically instead. Yeah, he's idle in the TCs. He doesn't need to do this. He could already have been on his way up. Okay, there we go. He uses the market now. And the Imperial is on the way for DauT. Vinchester? Vinchester is not particularly close. Having enough resources to click out to the Imperial. And it's not only that. The worker count is about the same for both these guys. So, DauT is in a beautiful position. Help of rocks! Let's go! Remember guys, today there's only going to be 2 series. So one thing that I would like to do is I would like to cast a 3rd series from the Gold League. A series that I've had my eye on. And you might know what I'm talking about. That is going to be Gabby's set. Here we go, down south. Why isn't Vinchester dead yet? That needs to punish him for this kind of disobedience. We have light check coming out for Vinchester. He's going out to the Imperial Age finally. DauT's gonna be there in 20 seconds though. And guys, I don't know if you saw, but just let me take a look. 4 minutes ago, Age of Empires 2 for Xbox launched. Yes, and just as I say that, I noticed that the stream kind of dropped for a moment over there. Sorry about that. You might have gotten a little bit of buffering, but yes! Xbox. Now it's also an official platform for Age of Empires 2. You can play it on your console, you can play it via the cloud as well. People are hyped about it? I am very hyped about it. When this game is over, we'll take a look to see if there is any trailers or something. Launch videos. Or maybe some gameplay, right? We're gonna have to wait for the second series to begin because it's taking place live. Oh, actually, there is an update to go with it. So we're gonna take a look to see if there are any patch notes. I'm really sure what they're going to do about that with TTL. They're going to use a new patch for the second set, or they're going to go back. I don't really expect it to bring any game break-in changes, so probably they're just going to use a new patch and it's going to be fine. Anyway, the trebuchets are here, the camels, the cataphracts are here from DauT as well, but the light are coming over, taking the trebuchets down, and the units from DauT are completely out of position. The monks from Vinchester will end up getting a big chunk of conversions over here, so in the end, the red player is coming out on top, and it's not even close. The light are completely dominating. This is by virtue of Vinchester collecting a good amount of relics already. On the left-hand side, though, the left-hand side does not have anywhere near as many defenses for Vinchester compared to the north. So down the south over here, seems like DauT is taking the castle down. Vinchester is gonna drop down to 2 castles only. There we are. There's auto everything in it. Yeah. Fantastic. Well done. Conversion comes up for DauT. It's going to retain his momentum down south. Keeps on going for cataphracts as well, so this is not just going to be a, you know, like a fade. He's going to continue going for those. He's got 2 castles down the south, so production is stronger. He's got heavy camels already to protect the trebuchets with in Vinchester. Vinchester's house right now. DauT's gonna start pulling ahead in population. Up in the north, it's going to be DauT going for camels. Trebuchets as well in Vinchester. Vinchester sending the trebuchets completely unprotected. Is going to end up losing one of these. Doesn't seem to me like he's going to end up losing 2. But we see the conversions coming up right now. The trebuchet goes down and DauT's gonna bail before the conversions connect. Just in time. There's only 1 trebuchet left over here, and DauT's gonna try and snipe it with his own trebuchet himself, and he should be able to do it. There are no villagers from Vinchester to repair the trebuchet, so it's a matter of time. DauT's trebuchet, of course, will have only 50% accuracy, but eventually the shots will hit. There's a big engagement taking place right now with the light chai, the camels. One more hit and the trebuchet goes down. It's not going to be it. And down south, a big raid is coming up from DauT though. The camels are coming over. The cataphracts are coming over. It seems like Vinchester took a little bit longer than we did to realize about the raid down the south, and that's going to result in so many villagers going down though. And DauT's taking the TC down. He's taking the villagers down. And in the span of 1 minute or so, Vinchester has probably lost north of 15 villages over there, while DauT's momentum continues. And up in the north, he was able to eventually take the trebuchet down. He ended up sacrificing the vast majority of his units available up in the north. But that's still looking stronger right now. He's got more units to work with. He's got the raids going. Yes, sir. Vinchester, not so much at all. There we go. That disease going down as well. Yes, sir. And Vinchester is starting to fall apart at the seams. DauT, on the other hand, he's got fantastic momentum over here. Taking the TC down is going to leave Vinchester on one castle and one TC to keep on defending what used to be his original base. It seems to be about to become an empty hull. While up in the north, Vinchester still has a good amount of defenses for the neutral goal, but if he ends up getting pushed away from here, whatever he's got around the northeast is not going to suffice for him to protect the entire economy right now. 108 villagers to fit into 2 castles, 1 TC, that's not going to be it. So DauT, so long as he keeps on pushing, should find himself in a much better position still. He's got so much map control. So dropped the castle and took a TC down casually with no opposition. Yeah. Now he's taking a castle down as well. 2 trebuchets. The stone for DauT is quite something, I do agree. He can go for as many castles as he can possibly need. There we go, the castle's going down, so now Vinchester's got 1 DC left to protect how many villagers? 49 villagers, that's not going to cut it. That's not going to be enough. And here come the camels, DauT's trying to go for the castle, he's going to get it. Probably could have been a little bit more aggressive with this one and go for the castle right where Vinchester's castle used to be. But it's not going to matter though! Vinchester calls the GG and DauT takes game number 3 to get the series and go up by 2 points over here, while Vinchester managed to get 1 extra point from the series but ultimately ends up losing the set. Let's go through the achievements really quickly because I want to take a look at the standings. I want to take a look at any information we might have from the Xbox version of the game as well. So, better KD for DauT, surpassing a 4-to-3 KD ratio. We're going to see on top of that for economy, a stronger economy for DauT, collecting about 600 extra resources. And for society, a stronger villager max count for Vinchester. He was the one to lose the most villagers though, as DauT lost 5 villagers throughout the game, and Vinchester ended up losing about 57. Well done, DauT. Will thus get the series. Let's go back and see what that looks like in terms of the standings. Hey Big Malo, hi. Welcome. So this is for group A, and this is not updated, right? So DauT has gotten the 3rd set, and he goes up to 6 points, so he's going to kind of tie Running, right, for 6 points. However, Running has already played all his series, and DauT still has 2 more sets to go for, so he's going to be up 6 with 2 victories, 1 loss over here. And he should actually be second, if I'm not mistaken. I think that the page just got updated to reflect this. Let's take a look. Not yet, not yet. But we know that DauT's going to be coming up to the 2nd spot, right? And Running's going to get pushed down. Vinchester lost yet another series, so he is on a 1-3 record over here. He's got just 1 more series to go for. The only way in which Vinchester prevents getting demoted over here is by knocking Running down, right? By taking the 5th set. He's got 1 more set to play versus Nikov, I believe. Yes, I believe is. Let me take a look. Yes, versus Nikov, right? So if he wins versus Nikov, he's going to knock running down. And then Nikov's also going to be fighting, of course, to stay alive over here. But right now, Group A is going to be the most interesting, the least predictable one, I would say. By the way, I was not displaying the standings, sorry. There you go.